I'll invite them over and cook them pancakes. Like, how could pancakes not lead to sex?
To him, this is Kelly.
Spirits download their files into my operating system.
Look at this dude.
I told my mom about
Kelly? Okay.
Then there might be something more.
Then you're the rebound guy, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't feel good.
Yeah.
No, obviously. Hey guys, I'm Sara Jane Ho and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in particular to my Etiquette reaction series to Bling Empire. Some of you love it, some of you refuse to watch it, but as an etiquette expert based here in Shanghai, China, I live, work, and play in the world of rich Asians. And episode 5 is going to be the love and relationships episode. So what can we learn from Asian tiger parenting, or any parenting for that matter, and its long-lasting effects on a child's future relationships? Have you experienced Asian tiger parenting yourself, or have you seen it amongst your Asian friends? Let me know in the comments below. I do want to know. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. All right, here we go.
Your mother?
Listening to Kevin's mom saying that she's gonna be fine, it makes me feel so happy. It makes me realize I want to find closure. I'm nervous about bringing this topic up to my mom.
And you don't think she would be supportive?
I can't imagine she wouldn't. I mean, you're her child.
My mother's love is so strong and beautiful.
The mother is the single most important figure in a child's life, which is why actually for my etiquette school here in China, we don't teach kids, we don't teach men, we really just teach adult women. 80% of my clients who are mothers. So Asian parents have this tendency to not show love to their child, which has lasting effects on the child. This was definitely more so with older generations, but is changing with newer generations. But this greatly affects a child's future relationships and future marriage and confidence. A confident and loved child will be a loving and secure partner. Ding.
She really liked Kelly.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Your mom said Kelly had really small hips. And it's so interesting because it's something that an Asian parent would say.
And it totally is something an Asian parent would say. Asian mothers are very practical. Wide hips have always been a sign of fertility. They look very sexy and attractive, and no man can resist them, even biologically speaking. It is scientifically proven that guys like girls with curvy hips more. It has something to do with desire and fertility because men believe that curvy women can bear them children better.
but no, I told my mom about
Kelly? Okay.
Then there might be something more.
Then you're the rebound guy, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't feel good.
Yeah.
I don't
No, obviously. So technically speaking, a rebound is a romantic relationship which follows shortly, usually within 3 months of the previous relationship and before the emotions from the previous relationship have actually healed. It eliminates the time you spend single after the time you call it quits with your previous boyfriend or girlfriend. And on average, 90% of rebound relationships fail within the first 3 months. So, what are the signs that it's a rebound? Number 1, you have a sense or even a pervasive knowing that you don't really like the person, but you're just using him or her to fill in the time and distract you from your previous pain. Number 2, your primary attraction to the new person is sexual, and you're just using that sex to fill in the time and not process the breakup properly. Now, the irony of the rebound relationship is that those people in it actually do want to find love. You miss the security of being in love. And that yearning, conditioned by a memory as opposed to present reality, can make a new relationship feel like love.
Okay, so put your hand up for a second. Let me just check your signatures. Spirits download their files into my operating system. Okay. Do you feel that lightheadedness that's going through you right now? Okay, so I just went inside of your endocrine system, and what I found was a pattern creating these types of relationships.
Look at this dude.
What you're going into relationships, and you're being a caretaker and enabling people who are not your equal. who are not operating at the same power source that you are. So it's like dragging this person along with you and not honoring yourself, instead of you being able to truly say, hey, I have someone who's my equal and we're a power couple, right? There's no power couple with this relationship.
By the way, I've never told him anything or what he's here for.
That's amazing.
Spot on, Shaman Derek. You got it down. So why do victims of abusive relationships stay, even when they know that this relationship is so bad for them? Well, firstly, it's due to distorted thoughts. You actually believe that you deserve that treatment and you refuse to see it as abuse. A second explanation is degraded self-worth. Kelly must have grown up with one parent degrading her all the time, and so this relationship of her being degraded by Andrew actually feels familiar to her, and that's why she's attracted to it. The third explanation is that Kelly wants to be a savior. Kelly has a desire to help or love Drew, to change him, to save him. She's not so much looking for someone who's an equal as, thinking of herself as low. She's bringing herself down as low as Andrew. And let me tell you, a lot of Asian tiger parenting is all about you're not good enough. Whereas, for example, I remember if I got a 90% on my test when I was younger, my mom would, first question would be, where's the other 10%? Whereas if any of my white friends got 90%, even if they got it 80%, their parents would be like, oh my God, you did so well. Did you try your best? Keep it up.
I want all my children be happy. As long as you're happy, your parents happy. I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
That's sweet. So this is the sort of thing that Western parents say to their kids when they're young and growing up when they're kids. But Chinese parents, Asian parents only really say to their kids when they're much older and later in life when they realize their kids are not happy. And so as you can see, this is something here where Kim's mom, who comes across as pretty tiger, is saying because she realizes there's nothing else she can say because Kim has been so unhappy about this for decades. So here you go.
What I always do, I'll invite them over and cook them pancakes. Like, how could pancakes not lead to sex?
To him, this is Kelly. Ask her out.
Kevin, these are college moves. This is not how you ask a rich Chinese person out on a first date. And look, Chinese women are more conservative. They generally do not like one-night stands or one morning stands, whatever it is you're trying to do. Most Asian women like to get a sense of who you are before they have sex with you. So you need to be more patient and build trust first. Trying for sex on the first date is not gonna work. So before dating Drew the deadbeat, Kelly was actually with a high-flying, super rich mainland Chinese guy. How do rich Chinese like to go out on a first date? Well, let me tell you, and this may or may not be from personal experience. So usually the first date is placed at a super expensive Chinese cuisine, usually restaurant, where the guy is really well known amongst them. So they're always calling him like, oh, Mr. Wong, Mr. Wong, Mr. Wong, or something. He will book the biggest private room with the biggest round table that fits 20 people around it. Yes, even though you guys are just two. And it's always kind of like awkward because you're speaking to each other from these different quadrants of a huge table. He will order all sorts of super expensive dishes such as abalone and sea cucumber. Oh, and by the way, he will overorder because that's how one impresses other people on this side of the world.
Dinner for 6 for 1.
For better or for worse. I personally am a fan of relaxed and time-flexible first dates, such as going for a walk in the park, getting a coffee, getting a drink, going to those really kind of cute, cozy restaurants where there's side-by-side seating or really small tables. Kevin, I'm dropping you a hint.
Give me the thing.
I believe that people who talk about sex are the people who don't have it or who are unhappy in it. So no reason to be jealous. I'm not offended by Christine, but really, I think she's quite rude.
Yes. And actually, for thousands of years, sex in China has been a taboo topic that most people are reluctant to talk about. At least in first-tier cities, sex to an extent is no longer as taboo of a topic as it used to be amongst new generations. But most Chinese millennials are still laughably ignorant when it comes to sex. And this is really due to our mostly conservative upbringing. I mean, our parents never spoke to us about sex, ever. Over here in China, the majority of girls are embarrassed by their periods, ashamed of their budding big breasts, and are really awkward and in denial when it comes to any kind of romantic encounter whatsoever. Especially in mainland China, the majority of girls are embarrassed about their periods, ashamed of their budding breasts, and actually humiliated when they see or experience any kind of romantic encounter. Some actually cover their eyes during kissing encounters. Worse still, when we grow up, women who've already had sex might get slut-shamed by prospective husbands. And it doesn't get better after marriage either. Based on a 2014 survey investigating over 10,000 Chinese employees, 21% of the females polled claimed that they'd never experienced an orgasm. To many married women in China, sex is purely about producing kids or pleasuring your husband as opposed to fulfilling your own sexual desires.
Little touch here, little pat there, friend hug there, little pat on the back. That's the worst. That means you're friend zoned.
That does mean you're friend zoned. You are right, Kevin. Now, boys, how else to tell that you're being friend zoned? Well, here are a few tips. She calls you for the fun of it. She doesn't mind hugging you all the time. She shops with you all the time. She's asking you for favors all the time. She's not shy around you, and she's not interested in doing anything that you're interested in doing.
That's like the express lane to the friend zone.
And what happens if you just realize from that list that you've been friend zoned? Accept it and move on. At least she considers you a friend.
I mean, if you're ever open to like doing this again, let me know.
Okay. You know, I'm here with Kevin, but in my mind, I just keep thinking about Drew. I value Kevin's friendship, and the last thing I want to do is hurt him in any way. Now I know I'm just not emotionally ready to date somebody new. Thank you.
Hey girl, at least you own it. You're definitely not ready. But break up with Drew already. My gosh. Okay. I know breaking up is hard to do, and it's hard to manage the aftermath and emotional complications of something that we might regret doing. And giving advice on breakups is complicated because breakups are so contextual. But I do want to share a few rules on how to break up gracefully now that I have this opportunity to. Be nice, get busy, throw out reminders, cut contact. This is what Kelly really needs to do. Let yourself feel pain, spend time with friends and family. Don't date too soon, otherwise it becomes a rebound, which is what we previously discussed. And last but not least, invest in yourself. All right, so episode 5 of Bling Empire has made us realize that how our parents raised us affects the way we date. And relationships aren't easy, whether we're getting into them or getting out of them. Have you ever been heartbroken before? How did you overcome it? And what am I missing from my post-breakup rules? Drop me a comment below because I want to know, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for episode 6 of Bling Empire, which is going to be all about Chinese supernatural stuff. See you next time! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week who have tips and tricks that I think will help all of us lead a better life.